Hello, Kaloo. How are we doing today? How are we all doing today? Hope you all have a wonderful time. My name is Notepad Animal and I write games for fun, so what are we working on today? Today we're going to be working on Palinka effect, otherwise known as Balkan Naruto. Sub cost went up. Yeah, I did realize that. If you want to cancel your sub because, oh shit, do so. Ugh. But so this is a catch up from last time. Did a little bit more work as we zoom in here a little bit. I believe we ended off at the end of the hex. Did all of the application art. Application art, you have D8, you have D10, D4, D8, and D4 to everything. You have two you're pretty good at, and one you're like at, and you don't really know the others. And then we go into values and relationships. Values and relationships are not very complicated. The concept of a value and relationship is that you have a... If you have a value, this is something that's driving you. This is something that you like. I believe in herbal medicine is the best. Cool, that's a passion. D4 anytime that comes up. If it's a compulsion, that bumps up to a D8. Anytime you're working against it, you have to pay off a success debt. No matter what you do, you're going to have to pay in a little debt to get through it, because you honestly believe that herbal medicine is so much better than everything else, you are compelled to act against it. Compelled to act for it. Obsession. This consumes your day-to-day life, to the point where that you are willing to fight for it. Anytime you work against it, you take a moderate mental wound and have a success debt 2 on the check. Defining issues. This is extreme. This is legitimately a full-on lifestyle. It is your entire life. You will defend this even if you are threatened with death. If you act against it, you take a severe mental wound and then have a success debt of 3, which means you need to pay 15 to actually get through it, which is more likely than not going to fail tragically. Oh, I can tell someone important's writing in the in this category, by the way, because there are 400 people in here. Let's play a game. Let's go to writing and reading. Anime girl, Spanish. Anime girl. Damn it, I'm being swarmed by anime girls. Zam! This isn't any good. I thought there wouldn't be any anime girls here, but this is what happens. You know, this is the unfortunate reality. I'm being swarmed by anime girls. Truly, my darkest hour. Well, actually, what's got the 300 views currently going on here? Erotisch Liebeschläfe 2, Weltkrieg 1944, Geldplatte, Augustebe 284. I believe there is erotic German things being read today. Why? I don't know, but we're gonna keep working on this because we can do that. So, basic idea, relationships are kind of the same. It's kind of the idea is that you can start up to any relationship up to D12. The more things go up, the more intense the relationship is. And roughly speaking, there are 3 kinds of relationships. These can either be rivals if you are fighting someone. They can be practical if they're skill-based. Or bonds if they are mostly using them for recovery. Now, the thing is, these can just build up pretty consistently, the top of which being consuming. The idea of a consuming relationship with someone is every hour of every minute of every second of every fiber of your being is obsessed with this person, to the point where you are going to do things that are probably going to get you killed because of them. Because the big thing with relationships is that they act against you just as much as you act with them. If you know someone has a D16 relationship with you, fucking use it against them. Yeah, no, they use it against them. Aw, man, that's not ethically good, and that sounds morally dubious. Yeah, I know. Be a gaslight, gatekeep girl boss. Because that's gonna keep you alive. Ah, yandere. Honest to God, like, yanderes are going to, like, sit around here. Like, consuming is, like, if they're not around you, they're having a problem, like, functioning in society. Like... But yeah, no, the yanderes, go all the way up here, to give you the idea. A yandere will get up here much faster than someone else. Generally speaking, if you want to say, oh, I'm in love with someone, that's going to be around here, roughly. I'm good friends with people here. I'm married to someone. You could be married to someone, like, down here. The relationship doesn't need to be good. Good cabaraching. Good cabaraching indeed. My strongest soldier. Hello, Manly Uchiha. How are you doing? And then I also added internal biology. Kind of the idea of, like, these are just some, like, little quirks that, Tim, it's just been stuck for 8 months. Yo, 8 months. These are kind of like perks that you can pick up. Kind of like Fallout perks a little bit. Just little things. Some of them are a little bit simple, like you're not from the land of dust. How lucky, unfortunate, you are in the land of dust. Oh god. You have some other ones that are a little bit more obscure, such as, hey, you're an obitoist vile baby. You increase all of your foundations by 1 step, but you don't have any severe mental or physical wound categories. Pretty much you can't take wounds up there anymore because you're too perfect. You are physically weak, technically, and mentally weak. But hey, you're a lot better than most people. Hey, you have double their Newman energy, but you pay 2 dice worth for impact for any of your abilities or techniques. Where was the, yeah, there we go. You have a pure bloodline. When you get hit by an attack, you don't actually get, like, stunned at all. You literally just, you just go down pretty easy. Like, you will probably get hurt. Some of them are a little bit odd, like the Ruby Red Eyes. Hey, Ruby Red Eyes! Congratulations, you claim a D10 to sense Newman energy when your eyes are exposed. However, you are extremely sensitive to light, making them nearly blind during the day. Yeah, you have to wear eye wraps everywhere. But hey, once you take it off, you're doing pretty good. But yeah, then you have ones like the Enoxakur. What's an Enoxakur? You're from 2 different ethnic groups. That's it. Your mom's from one ethnic group, dad's from another ethnic group. This doesn't really give you any bonuses or drawbacks. It's just the fact that you're an Enoxakur. Yo, Enoch, yeah, hey, Enoch, bum me to dinner or I'll kick your ass. Oh, yeah. I'm Oxaka. Eat the path, baby. Like how clone babies are weak, sort of like how Shin from Boruto would have been Renegade on paper, but ended up with magnetic eyes, unfortunately for everyone involved. Yeah, technically, one of the ones that only give you a immediate bonus is a graft patient, because if you have a bloodline graft, you have a D4 affinity in anything that your bloodline affinity anywhere of your choice. The only problem is that it's extremely obvious and everyone knows that you went to the land of rain, got a graft to get superpowers, came back, and everyone's like, yeah, no, you're a fucking cuck. Yeah, congratulations, you can now do magnet powers at D4. You're still a dumbass who got this, you fucking loser. Like, aw, man. But yeah, no, there is, use bloodlines, just increase your bloodline affinity by 2. I do kind of make a note about how bloodline affinity act, like, effectively how bloodlines work. If I go up here. Otherwise known as, let's talk about blood quantum. The basic premise of how it works is, I have a D6, you have a D6. Our children's gonna have a D8. I have a D8, you have a D8. Our children are gonna have D10. They have a D10. I have a D10. You have a D10. We're gonna go D12, and then so on and so forth. Anyone from Great Vino or the Land of Iron, or pretty much the Land of Iron and Wine, they can get up to things like D60s at this point, because there are some people who have just cultivated that bloodline so much. They have stupidly overpowered people. You have your Gaaras, you have your Narutos, you have your Sasukes, you have your Uchiha clan up there. The only problem is that if you pretty much marry a normie, if you have a child with a normie, that kid is going to go down 2 ranks, down to a baseline minimum. Most people in the Land of Dust don't really care about inter-hexer marriages. They care about your ethnic lineage. So if you have the option of marrying a hexer woman of a different lineage, of a different ethnic group, and then marrying a person of your own ethnic group, they would prefer you marry inside your own ethnic group. So that, everything kind of evens out a lot more. People are weaker in the Land of Dust because they care about people more. They don't really give a shit about, Yeah, I probably add a side note about blood atheism or something where some person randomly gets powers over from 30 generations and becomes super crazy. It's kind of like one of the ideas there, fun fact, I do talk about that a little bit, is that occasionally they will mix affinities when they really shouldn't, because normally you just consume, the stronger one will consume the other. So if I have D30 fire bending and you have D12 water bending, my fire bending will eat your water bending. Except, every now and again, they'll mix together and create a completely different fusion, where you'll get something horrifying like steam. Steam literally, like, hey, I want to be a steam elementalist. Yeah, mom and dad were probably water and fire elementalists at one point. And it still grows in power. But I want you to imagine something real fast. That mom was a, let's just say, someone who could use their blood to manipulate their blood to chop people in half, and dad had the ability to perfectly mimic people's powers. Oh shit, you have the ability to, you know, you can cut people in half because you literally can see inside of their blood. Yeah, no, you can control their blood now. Yeah, that's the shit that happens up there, up in Great Vino in the Land of Iron. You get fuckers who can control people's blood and shit. You get weird shit. Nobody, it's fucking scary up there. But that's kind of the idea. Up in the Land of Wine and Iron, you get extremely powerful individuals. And if you cultivate correct, again, it's one of those things like, oh, we maintain generational purity. There are people whose job it is to make sure that you pair up correctly. To give you, I think a good idea behind this would be Naruto and Hinata. Naruto and Hinata's kid, they have effectively the same power of their bloodline. It was a 50-50 of what Boruto and, I can never remember the daughter, what they were going to end up with. Hinata, the daughter's a little bit fucked up because she fused both of them together and technically gets the best of both worlds. Boruto just is bullshit, but he's technically stronger than his dad because mom and dad are just better at that. Congratulations. Welcome to the wonderful world of continuous reproduction. Some people have realized, though, there's something you can do to guarantee a stronger bloodline very consistently. And yes, it has been noted that less socially acceptable practices in relationships have taken place to ensure a powerful bloodline has been created. The gravest bloodline has been noted to employ brother-sister pairs to ensure a hideously powerful, if heavily distorted, offspring. Yes, did I make an Andrew and Lele joke in this game? Yes, I did, because I am a fucking hack. But yeah, no, that would be a thing that would occur. Is like, yeah, no, we should do that because we have the exact same blood type. We have the exact same power. They will kill each other and they will just increase in power. Oh yeah, no one likes looking at them, but they do their fucking job. Let's see. Technically, kind of the idea of arts. These are like the really basic arts. Technically, other countries have different arts. We aren't that good at our job. Values, everything here. Power of friendship is a tangible thing. And that was kind of the idea I want to do. Like, the power of friendship is a tangible thing because you can just get a D10 when you need it. Peak fucking fiction. This is the sins that I have created. Ah. Okay, so Newman energy and health. Newman energy, lighting their Newman energy and their and note down their health state and note down their health states. Not very complicated. We just need to do this. So we let's see. Human energy is a combination of extreme willpower and Let's see. Years of training to harness and manipulate. There. To harness to. Let's see. Years of training to harness their Newman correctly. Human energy is a combination of extreme powers and years of training to. Causing unnecessary catastrophe. Let's see. Human energy combination of extreme willpower and years of training to successfully manifest their powers without blowing an arm off and causing unnecessary catastrophe. Every hexer begins with a pool of Newman energy that resides within the within the ley lines of the body. Let's see, Newman energy that resides within the ley lines of the body. Let's see. Let's see. Should parts of the body be removed or different ones added, the Newman may begin to fluctuate, but be to its default state in time. So we want to do that. Or now, there's a couple ways we can do this. I've got the current one I had in my notebook. Let me open up my notebook here. Was 20 plus spirit plus physical. 20 plus spirit or physical, or if we do Newman energy, it could also be 10. 5 plus. So these are the two options, pretty much. It's everyone roughly begins with everyone's going to begin with slightly different Newman totals here. Everyone would begin with the same Newman totals here. What do I mean by that? Effectively, if I go all the way up here to our Newman totals, everyone would begin, if you are a basic character, with a D10 plus, it would be 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus. Effectively, everyone starts with about 50 Newman. Probably, actually, it would be about 60 Newman. You know, it would be 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 20. So actually, we can 20. It would be everyone would begin with about 40-ish. Everyone would begin about 30-ish Newman, 40-ish Newman, that is. Unless you chose to take the one where you would actually start with less, because you would have 1010 plus 1010 plus 4. You'd only have 24, so you'd only start with 34 Newman. But that's one of your very specific biology things, saying, I want to have a lower dice. That would be... Where is... It would be... Right, no. Where are... Twin nature affinity? Yeah, it would be right here, your twin nature affinity. You would have 24, because you would have 24 plus 10, so you'd only have 34 instead of the 40-ish. But on the other hand, you have a D12 starting off the bat, so that's kind of a useful thing for you. Naruto's inherited tailed beast, BS when briefly having all 9 tailed beasts giving him power. She inherited Nada's eye power. Actually, it was almost all powers Ninja Jesus and Ninja Jesus' moon brother had. Boruto would have that, but something fucky happened. He inherited the power of Ninja Jesus' great-great-granddad, who's basically Ninja Cthulhu. This isn't a meme. Boruto won genetics. He's literally too pure for parasitic aliens to take over his body. His blood is stronger than 10,000-year-old rabbit alien gods. This is why Naruto should have been one post-series OVA and fucking ended. Yeah, again, you're seeing how, Boruto and his sister are fucky-wucky. Like, oh yeah, no, you have literally every advantage. Now imagine, I want you to imagine real fast. Oh man, I am a trained hexer. I am a 28-year-old man. And I have been working my ass off my entire life. I have worked hard. I have studied hard. I have done all these amazing things. I am ready to take on the world. And then some fucking 12-year-old shows up being like, Riz again, blows you up. That is legitimately what it feels like to... That is the Land of Dust experience. It is... You fucking Family Guy death pose in the corner as some 12-year-old suddenly has the power of God and anime on his side because mom and dad decided to get together when both of them have their own bullshit no jutsu to deal with. Being a duster is being miserable. Truly, the Balkans experience Requiem. Let's see. Alternatively, we could do 5. Actually, we could do bloodline affinity plus So this would effectively actually bloodline plus Newman plus Hex. So if we want to do if we do it, so generally speaking, our averages here are going to be about 34 to 40. Every character is going to be roughly around there. If we do this, absolute minimum, and I do mean absolute minimum that you physically can get. Let's see, everyone starts with 6. So let's see, everyone starts with 6 points. If I want to get the... absolute lowest stats possible. That would be D2, D2. D2, D2, that gives us 8 points. Then that would be D12, D12. D12, D12, D2, D2. So that would be 24. And then on the opposite side of that, that would be 44. Because effectively you could just flip it around. You are... To get 44 in this equation, you legitimately must be almost like mentally incompetent, have 0 personality, be fuck huge strong and spiritually pure. You are effectively Forrest Gump. You to get the most amount of Newman in this top equation, you must be Forrest Gump. We have a little. I think this will even out a little bit better. This does not have that much variation. The thing is, this breaks down like this breaks down the more you, if you have a special. This is pretty much you have 34 or 40. Then the highest one, so your bloodline affinity, if we do the same thing, which is 4, it would be 424 plus training. We don't need to worry about training. We don't need to worry about skills. Completely different things. The Newman cycle. Our bloodline affinity. Our lowest would be that. Consecration would be the highest there. Our Newman affinity. Our highest Newman affinity would always be... No, this would be 10. This would be 12. Our hex... our hex would be... The lowest hex we have is a 4. The highest hex we have is a 12. And mind you, I'm not putting sealers in because sealers technically cannot spend their Newman abilities outside buying special dice. They get some. There's a lot of if and or maybe but perhaps that go into that. All right, so the absolute lowest you could have in that one, it would be +5 as well. Because let's not forget the +5. So the absolute lowest you could physically have would be 27 here. The absolute lowest you could have over here would be, absolute highest you would have is 65. With doubling, technically you could say this goes all the way up to 130 Newman energy. But you burn through that shit fast. Oh. Unless we do... If we do Spirit plus Newman Affinity, that means lowest would be to... If we... The lowest... Actually, if we do Spirit plus Newman Affinity... plus total Newman Affinity, that means... The thing is, like, you can increase your Newman Affinity. That's the thing. You can increase your Spirit and you can increase your Newman Affinity over time. Your Newman energy is going to be naturally building over time. Absolute lowest would be 2 plus 24, that would be 26. Absolute highest would be 12 plus... Oh, they would... Because it would be... Yeah. I like that one. Or do we add physical as well? Do we add physical? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with giving people more... I'm okay with giving people more Newman energy. More Newman energy means more things to play around. So. D10 plus B10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 or plus 2. I'm doing that correctly, that would be 30, default 30. So that would be, yeah. mm. 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 Physical D6, Spirit D8, 30 Newman Affinity would be a total of 4 energy. Mm. Yep. Mm. 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 Let's see. The Hexer has 3 uses for. Let's see. The Hexer has 3 uses for Newman. 3 uses for Newman energy. Mm. Mm. Zen. Mm. Zen empowerment. Mm. Mm. Zen empowerment is the first. First and most basic method of using using Newman and let's see. Say the extra will focus their Newman to grant them an advantage in a beyond their limits. In short, the Hexer may spend an equal amount of Newman energy to purchase. Let's see, to purchase a die to add to any check of their. Let's see, to add to any check of their choice. To add to any check of their choice. That is the most basic way of using it. I'm going to spend all of my Newman energy to buy a D20. Versus a die to... Well, let's see. Well, it may be tempting to burn 40. Let's see. Well, actually, may only buy a die they can afford. While it may be tempting to burn 40 Newman energy for a single D40 to roll, it doesn't mean that D40 will roll above 5. Won't roll above. I'll roll above a 2. Only one die may be purchased. Only one die may be purchased this way per. A Bratty Toaster Diaz. What did I brutal? Orantan, did y'all see Fallen Shadow and All People do an interview with Bounding in Comics? I have not see that. You think that generic systems, especially generic game system, would be better if they had more Pacifica bent to them? Like generic Western game, a generic ninja game, a generic mech game, etc. and so forth. That's what I've been saying. Like, generally speaking, you can break most generic systems up into about, like, 3 categories. I usually give it about 3-4 categories, depending on what I'm feeling like that day. Generally speaking, you can have pure toolboxes like GURPS. GURPS has no theme to it. Like GURPS legitimately has no like anything to it. But on the other hand, it does everything because it's just a toolbox. It's an unorganized mess of a toolbox. On the other hand, you have something like what I call them genre generics, like true generics. True generics are like, this is a game that is, how do you want to word it? A true generic system would be like, this is a Western game. This is a ninja game. This is a mech game. It is everything about being a Western and a bunch of different sub-tropes and sub-ideas about being a Western. This is a ninja game. It is everything you need to play any variety of ninja game, from historical ninjas to actual anime ninjas. And things like that. Then you have false generics. I call them false generics, but again, their name kind of changes. The idea of a false generic system is a system that is claiming to be generic, but it has a very clear idea of what it wants to be. A couple of those anime games fall into that quite hard. Like, oh, it's a shonen game. It's not really a shonen game. It's a very specific battle shonen bullshit game. I know it, you know it, we all know it. It's things like that. I mean, it's not like, oh, this is a bad thing because no, it's just the way that those games are made. It's not an anime system. It is the entirety of, battle anime, battle shonen or something. Is that a bad thing to have a generic battle shonen game? No. Everyone makes one. That's kind of the nature of the beast, which is ironic because what we're working on right now. But that's kind of the nature of the beast over there. Only one day maybe purchase this way per check. But yeah, no, kind of the idea of Zen empowerment. Zen empowerment is saying, I want to spend 10 Newman energy for a D10. That means you open up your bag, you get your thing of dice, and you just say, I want 10. If you want to spend 20 of your Newman energy to get a D20 to a roll, you can. You are a hexer. You are allowed to do this. That's the secret. You are completely allowed to do things like this. Let's say, then we go down to technique use. Now let's see. Special powers that the Hexer has developed and creates ad hoc in the field. Whenever a technique is used, a Newman check is usually made as a precision impact or precision impact check. Made as an impact or precision impact tech. Normally, the hexer chooses one die from their. Now, there's two ways of doing this. There's either A is the hexer chooses one die from their impact. Use one die from the impact stack to be the total cost of Newman energy for the technique, or the hexer the largest die from their impact stack. Yeah. All right. Oh, my rubber duckies. What do you all think? Focuses universal and TV fair. The setting does inform this game a lot more of the generic game setting that 5 episodes of the Big Three, whatever the series saw that week. So what do you all think? So let's say, okay, I'll put down a situation. Let's say in my impact pool, in my impact stack, how big of a bang is this attack going to be? How much oomph am I going to put onto it? I have a 12, a 4, a 6, and a 10. Now, using the top one, we would, using the top method, we would only pay 4 Newman for this. Effectively, the player would say, well, I've put, I've put, let's see, it would be, 10, it would be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put 6 in here. I'm going to put, for 6 impact, I want to pay that 4 Newman, and that's the total cost. For the other method, it would be 12 Newman, with the idea being, hey, I have paid that, I'm paying that much to use it because it's the largest die. The largest die kind of indicates that, like, you can't use as many. Because let's say we have a total of, like, 40. Hey, it's the fans. It's the fansy. Let's think. I mean, immediately I say you choose 1 die from the stack because that discourages you from just dumping your biggest die in there. Because you want to have like a little die. So it doesn't feel as bad rolling like a 1 on something. Because if you roll a 1 on something, you put it in impact and you use it to pay for everything. You get more bang for your buck. On the other hand, maybe doing the other way and being like, it's just whatever the largest die is. Suggestions, ideas. I am open for anything. I think impact, like just raw impact rolls would probably get fucked over the most with a second. Because a raw impact roll would be you put all your dice together effectively. And you'd be like, oh shit, I rolled a fucking huge amount or whatever. Like, this isn't good. Like, I guess there's also the premise that you could also overspend. Like, the second one has more threat of overspending. That would be the idea. You have the... You roll too well, you know that you don't have enough energy to actually do it. You take the largest die and then you would pay it there. So it's like, I don't have the energy to actually spend it. I'm burning out a little bit here. Oh, God. Oh no, they're doing the thing where they're comparing how much time they've played in Warframe. I think I'll go with I think I'm gonna go with the largest die. Choose the largest over the total cost of human energy for the technique. Mm. 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 There we go. Total of 12 new. 12 energy. Let's so Mundanica. Mm. 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 Would be a good way. Actually, flow state. Mm. Flow state is the. Let's see. Coursing through the body. Let's see. Flow state is sense of Newman energy coursing through the body and keeping the hexer in power. As long as the hexer has. Let's see, as long as the hexer has at least one Newman energy still available, they are considered to be in the flow state. Trade three. Leaping from tree to tree. Rapid healing and not beyond human. Let's see, another beyond human feats. Should they have no Newman energy, and then they until they recover some of it. Let's see, until they recover some of it. Finally, energy facilitates the healing. Facilitates the healing process. Let's see, facilitates the healing. Finally, Newman energy facilitates the healing process. While each. Actually, we can hit that. We go here. Finally, Newman energy. Finally, Newman facilitates healing process. Each hexer has a physical and mental has a set of physical and mental wounds which indicate their which indicate their overall health and which indicate their overall health and well-being. Physical wounds represent the nicks and cuts. Let's see, physical wounds represent the nicks and cuts that is expected to take while in the field. While mental wounds are the hinders one's thinking, and oh god, why do you want me to do this? Oh! Oh, right there. Ugh. Oh god. Oh me, oh my oh me oh my oh my oh me. Let's see, while expected to take the field, my mental winds are devious doubts that hinders one's thinking, and internalized flow. Newman entered internalized flow. Whenever a hexer takes a wound, hexer takes a wound, it will be assigned to one of it will indicate the severity of the injury, severity of the injury, and the type of injury. Right. Let's see. Severity of the injury and the type of injury. So a severe physical wound may or your mental wound may be a target's fears while invading their mind. Each wound also has a how do I want to whoa rolling around at the speed of sound. Each wound also has two variables associated. Let's see, each of these have two variables associated with it. Suffering, and adrenaline. Suffering is the number of success. If I go all the way up here, oh, all the way down here, give me the power of disaster. Let's see, average suffering is the amount of success debts. Number of success. Let's see. Suffering is the number of success debt that the hexer must pay for when they are outside of combat. Their injuries slowing them down and hindering. Let's see, slowing them and hindering their effort. Adrenaline is a die that may be claimed by a adrenaline is a die that may be claimed by the hexer Once per round. Once per round for any check. Well, claimed by the Hexer once per round for any check, enabling them. Adrenaline is a die that may be claimed by the Hexer. That may be claimed by the Hexer for any check, enabling them to push themselves to the absolute limit. Catch with the catch with adrenaline. The catch with adrenaline is that in let's see, as they embrace the power of misery. Should a hexer ever take a wound in a story they have already filled, it will take the next higher wound. Take the next higher wound if available. If two severe wounds, minor. The adrenaline die is the highest die currently available. To take a wound, the category already filled, and will take the next higher wound if available. If two minor wounds recorded, then one would become a major wound. Fills in their dying. If the Hexer fills in their dying wound and is forced to fill it in, and forced to fill it again, they have expired violently. They've expired violently. Insert table, we do 6. Let's see. Stun, minor, major, severe. What's another up from severe? Critical? Yeah, I like critical. It feels like we should add another one in here because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 main ones. Stun is a little bit secret. The idea of the stun wound is that the stun wound doesn't do anything. And it clears at the end of a round. Because what happens with a stun wound is I have hit you, but I have put 0 impact to the hit. That is effectively me saying, cool, I have hit you, I have done no damage. I've just stunned you. And if you stun someone, you can say, hey, this person's stunned, I'm going to claim the adrenaline die. Let's see. Left. Put this as echo. Do Hello. Hello. Critical crippling dying. Oh, that's good. No, not you, Nenkin Alice. Not you, my beloved. Yeah, I guess we crippling it. There we go. So, adrenaline. Don't need to worry about that. Actually, I'm going to put NA here instead because it makes it reads a little bit easier. NA. D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20. I want to be a little bit more. Actually, we can do D8. Actually, we do D4. You move up to a D6. You go up to a D8. You promote up to a D12. You go to a D16, and then you go to a D. Mm. 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 Let's see, after a. Mm. 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 Let's see, severe and critical wounds have the. Mm. 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 Physical precision check to stay standing. Mm. 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 If they're crippled or dying, they will. Mm. 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 Remove the most serious wound. Most serious wound after 8 hours after. Mm. Mm. Let's see. Remove the most serious wound after sleep. Let's see. After sleeping a night. After sleeping a night. After sleeping a night. If they are under. If they are under the care of a medical ward or a hexer with medicine of D8 or better, they recover. They recover 2. They recover 2 wounds after the well, they recover 2 wounds at the end of the night. If the hexer has no Newman energy, it takes 2 weeks to recover the worst injury. It covers 2 weeks to recover the worst injury. Actually, it takes 1 week. It takes a week to recover. It takes a week to recover the worst injury. Newman energy does not start returning until recover if they are under. Only remove the most serious wound. Sleeping the night. That's the usual catch, is like the recover to it'll take a week to recover. There we go. Sorry, have you figured out how you're gonna do movement yet? Nope. We're gonna kind of wing it when we get there. We're going to be getting there very soon. Probably this Friday is when we're gonna really. We might do a Notepad Must Die this Friday, to be honest about it. Give me 1 second. My mom wants me to look ominously out the window. I might have to leave in a second. All right. I will be gone for 5 seconds. I need to take my mom's trash out, because there is the only the really heavy trash can out there, which is a pain in the ass to move, so I get to do it. Any vague ideas how you abstract the hell back? What are you thinking? Maybe I will I will talk to you about how movement works. It is a fascinating shit show currently. It is a very fascinating shit show. Alright, it's going to be a minute, but I will be leaving in a second. But, so, let's see, first, if Nintendo wins the lawsuit, does that mean people can intend to sue over the most trivial things? Yeah. Yeah, they're effectively trying just to do a settlement. That's the plan, that's the goal here, really. The Power World thing is a kind of a shit show, and I don't think Nintendo will win. The thing is, I don't think Nintendo will win. but I don't think they're planning on winning. I think they're just planning on dragging it out because Nintendo has an army of lawyers and Palworld does not. Also, for for how movement's going to work. So there's okay, this is where things get a little bit weird, and I have to say that I have to preface this. This was based off a lot of notes. So, this is what I have so far. Is it perfect? No. Is it the best I have so far? Yes. So, basic idea. I'll use these 2 fights from Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, having a dedicated legal team makes the lawsuits a lot easier, especially if you are fucking Nintendo. Now, the basic idea is that there is an arena. There are things called hallways or paths into another arena. Now, the thing is that it's most basic. We have an idea that we have 2 people here. We can transfer to another arena. We can take the hallway, quote unquote, to a new arena, which might lead into Arena C. Using these examples, Yuji and Choso engage one another in the terminal. Choso has a clear advantage due to the size of the area and no cover. Choso shoots something at Yuji. Yuji has to run up to him. He has to burn actions to get close to him. Choso does not like this because he has a clear advantage over him. Yuji says, fuck this. He makes a run along a path. He says, I want to run into a different area. Choso is trying to kill him, though. This leads to Yuji enters the bathroom with Choso. Arena 2 is smaller, with a die that Yuji is able to claim to fight Choso. Effectively, Choso can no longer use his range attacks reliably. They have to engage each other in this fight, in this arena. That is the most basic premise. Another one. Megumi and Sukuna are in battle in the middle of fucking nowhere. This is a hellishly open space. Sukuna does not care. Sukuna kicks Megumi into a new arena. He rides a path not of his own volition because fuck you, Sukuna is here now. Megumi is kicked into a building because he sucks and everyone hates him. Sukuna follows to fuck with him. We have gone from Area A, followed the path, to Area B. Now, why am I doing this? In a very convoluted way, we are making a zone system. We are making a zone system where there is not like normal zone systems are like this. This is what like a normal zone system would look like. Here's location, here's location 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From location 1, you can get to 1, 4, 2, but you cannot get to 3. But 2 can go to 2 and 4. 4 can go like that. Basic idea like this. What we are effectively trying to do is split those up. We are splitting these up with pathways. Now, the thing is, though, these pathways are not defined. We do not know those exist until something happens. We are fighting in a room. That is an arena. A zone system, assuming everyone can just say fuck you to a building. Effectively, the best way to think about it is, let's say in this situation, we are fighting in a bedroom. I'm swinging at you, you're swinging at me. Punch, 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 punch. You kick me out of a window. You make a dedicated action to kick me out of a window. I go tumbling out of the window into a new arena. We're fighting now in that new arena. We go whoop. Later on, I move away. I want to move somewhere else. We move to a new arena with its own intrinsic qualities. You can mix this up a little bit with things like this, where, hey, this is a collapsing building. We are skating a building down. We are skating a building down. We are fighting just as normal. At the end of it, we jump into the new arena. Now, this may seem convoluted, and it is. This is an extremely convoluted way to do something that is probably very simple. But we have the thing is, it's a zone system with the assumption that people cannot move that people are never going to move 5 feet. Because people are moving so quickly and they have so much anime bullshit powers, it's like, you can't really assume that. It is something where you can kick someone across the town into something different. Let me see if I can pull it up. Like one of the spoiler warning, I guess, if you have never watched Jujutsu Kaisen. So let me see. So to give you an idea here, Sakuna just doesn't give a shit. He's just dodging. He's like Lamau, haha. But then you get something like he punches, SpaghettiOs, and just how far this by itself would be a path. Megumi says, I'm going to force you on a path to go up into the air. That is our plan. I want to go up in the air. Because that would be its own arena. I am forcing you up into the air. But going up in the air does not necessarily mean you have an advantage. And then we have things like this, which just to give you the idea of the raw space available. Sukuna's like, I'm going to make more space now. Throws him through the trees, through this entire town effectively, into a completely different location. And he has hit a completely different location currently. Like we are now moving dramatically. Like that is the problem what we're working with here. We are working with this, and even if we like bring it down to something a lot lighter, because in a perfect world, when we do the for example the Zabuza fight from Naruto, this is technically taking place over a single arena. That's the thing. This is taking place over a single arena. And that single arena is one single location. We can't move, we can't, shift around at all. We're not trying to shove people to new places. This is one place that we are fighting in. And that's the entire point. We're fighting in one place. And because we're fighting in one place, we have a lot of conditions to think about. Because if we, let me see if I can do the, like even here, there's effectively two major things we have to consider about this particular arena. There's the water. There is the water, and there is the land. That is effectively the only two things we have to worry about. It's little things like that. It is a zone assuming everyone can fuck you up to a building. And so that's why I say, like, the map system is going to be one of the most convoluted I've ever written. But if I can make it work, it'll be perfect, and we can just adapt it to everything because it'll work. So there you go. That's what that's how we're doing things. Mm. 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 There we go. You know, and if under ideal conditions, warm bed, good food, etc., they recover triple spirit energy. Their spirit and Newman energy, and this we go down here. We do this, and then we do old Hexer's note. There we go. Am I going to encourage drug use in this game? Yes. Yes, I am. That's kind of the thing, is like, yeah, it is very slow to recover Newman energy. On the other hand, you can just down some things from a flask, drink, you know, drink to take the edge off. Focus your Newman down. Stop thinking too hard. I feel like this is like the Megara wheel for you when it comes to anime bullshit. You'll be referencing the movement and power building rules a lot in future games. Effectively, to give you an idea, and I'm sorry, Jaeger, but this is the truth. This is going to be the other half of being for TC Tarded. This is, if for being for TC Tarded is very vague powers for very vague reasons. This is going to be for, we want hyper-specific powers that do something very particular. And, see, and in the unholy fusion of things, we can, in theory, mix these together to make a perfect fucking mess together. Especially when you consider that if we use this as a baseline, sorry if I sound like I'm a mile away, I'm fixing something, what we can do is use all these things together nicely, and suddenly, ta-da, we've done it. We can, if we keep everything together, everyone is happy and everybody wins. Because at the end of the day, are we not all a little for TC Tarded? There we go. I'm going to put a note there. This is the important note. Newman energy does not start returning naturally until all wounds are cleared. Oh, hey, I'm fucked up and bleeding to death. Drink. Drink some fucking booze and you'll be fine. That's your one advantage, is you've got sacred booze, your sacred booze cruisers. Alright, so we are 38 pages into this fucking monster. But we have... Right. Yeah, you just need to merge it with LERPs to make the Notepad generic anime bullshit system. All right. Let's do this right. So, characters are done. We know how to make a character now. It takes about 30 pages to actually if we do everything from perfect character creation, it takes about 18 pages. That is actually not as bad as I thought. I think there's just a lot of wording here, but that's not bad. So let's really think about what we need to do now. What is on the chopping block? What needs to be accomplished here? Hello, corpse. Well, let's just think on the first. Well, we're gonna need. We're gonna need drama scenes. Drama scenes are going to be our talkie. Going to be our talkie do things scenes. This is effectively our very basic scenes. These are our. We want to talk to people. We want to do things. Then we're going to lead into, we're going to need our combat scenes. Well, obviously we need to kick the shit out of one another scenes. Easy enough to understand. Ooh, let's see. What else do we think we need? We want to make this game the right thing we want to do. Well, obviously we're going to have an enemy section. Easy enough to do. Enemy section should not be too complicated, which enemies are going to be effectively divided into mooks and like actual threats. Let's think. What do you all think we need in this game? Now is the time to tell me. How do you plan on doing weapons? Generally speaking, weapons, there's a few ways to do weapons. Hardcore ERP rules. I mean, that's assumed. One way I was thinking about doing is having a weapon just means that you get an advantage die in like an actual combat situation. It's just like you have a Makarov. Because you have a handgun, you are not only have a ranged attack. Like, that's the thing. Not only do you have a ranged attack, you also have a, you have like a D6 or something that you add to it. Which, that's another die someone else may not have. That's kind of the idea there. You could do things like, you automatically have impact 1, you automatically like increase your impact by +2 or whatever. There's a couple ways to do weapons. I'm not too fussed about it because I'm going to keep weapons pretty generic. Because I feel that's pretty appropriate. Similar to armor, like I want to keep armor pretty generic, relatively speaking. Like I don't want people to like, I'm gonna wear armor all the time. No, you're not. Like you're not gonna wear armor all the time. Nah, you're not. Nah, you're not. Well, yeah, of course. I'll have you know, Spartan. ZD, you're not gonna do ZD30 played autism the game. No, I have already done that, by the way. Zombie Dark 30, yeah, Zombie Dark 30 already exists. Most armor is useless. See, unfortunately, we do have the Naruto flak jacket. Yeah, because this is a thing that exists in setting. You know, it's the Naruto flak jacket. Which majority of people do wear, which is one of those things where you kind of just sit there and you're like, yeah, no, this is just an honest to God flak jacket that people just have. Like in setting, there are people who wear flak jacket. They don't do much, but they are definitely there. Yeah, sacred fucking Glock technique, level 3 body armor. Like, Yeah, you don't want my favorite technique of level 3 body armor, like. Yeah, that's kind of the joke. Is it's like, yeah, it stops it stops stray kunai hits for extra pocket. It's effectively going to be like that. It's like during defense you get a bonus. Like that would be like the extent of it. But like anything heavier is not really worth it for you. It's yeah, no, that's so we've got combat, we've got drama scenes. I guess we would need to have the equipment section. We need the equipment section. What else are we looking for? What other things do we want to do in this game? That is the question. What more do we wish to do? We wish to go on. Oh yes, and in case you're wondering, just to confirm, just to confirm with Spartan here, because they don't believe me, we do actually have a Notepad's second ERP game. Fuck it, literally and metaphorically. Just want to make sure people understand that. Because I've lost all dignity in my life. That's really it. Honest to God, that's really it, and that's all we really need to do. Fuck it, metaphorically, Tingleverse rewrite. Like the thing is, I have like the things Notepad add-on wants to do. And I've of course have right here Notepad's second ERP game. There we go. Not the first, not the first, and definitely will not be the last, because I know you fucking perverts work. Hey, there is a Tingleverse role-playing game, by the way. Like, you have to remember that. The Tingleverse RPG is real. The Tingleverse is real! Yes, the Tingleverse role-playing game is real. It does in fact exist. I've been attempting to find it forever as a PDF, and it just does not actually exist as a PDF. And that's one of the biggest problems. That's verified. That's not. Oh. Yeah, no, it's it technically does not really exist as a real PDF. It exists only in physical form, which I guess is appropriate, but I've been hunting for that game for a very long time. The legally distinct Bluey RPG. Yes. Someone, I proposed to a bunch of people, would anyone like to play a very certain kind of game? And someone said Bluey RPG when, and I said, oh, not impossible. Alright. Start thinking about what you want to see in this. Tell me when I get back. hello. Let's see. What are the rules for specific weird shit in combat? Like direct attack, holds, Zabuza, water prison, dodge, juke. Yeah, that's going to have to be something we're going to have to put into combat. I have a few ideas for combat of how to do... I have a few ideas about how to do combat stuff, and half of combat is not going to be necessarily like, I want to punch you in the face. It is going to be things like, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I want to get an advantage. I want to do a water prison dodge juke. And it would be like, how do I get an advantage? Like, I want to do this, or like set up stuff. Yeah, okay. One sketch about Urban Magic High School, except you play the faculty and staff. Okay. Alright. But didn't really get too much done today. But getting a little bit done. Do you think this game needs downtime at all besides maybe training rules? That's going to be the drama section. Drama section is going to do like all of my other drama sections since Absolute Potential, really. It's probably going to steal a little bit from Absolute Potential, because Absolute Potential is pretty decent in that regard. The entire concept of drama is simple. You just meet people. Alternatively, there's a couple other ones that you could do, which is all the entire concept is that you are... When I actually put it in Cruciform, actually. I put this in Cruciform, you know, a game that I fucking wrote. If we do drama, for example, like, this is really, like, what drama is all about. Like, you just, like, hear some, you know, hey, you get some stuff around Sacred Village or Sacred City. You want to look into a matter, you want to do something private, you want to rest up, you want to stock up on gear. It's probably some other things, like just meditating to recover a little bit of Newman, like a very small amount. It is effectively, you are having a scene to do something. There's a part of me that wants to put in an investigation scene, and another part of me that's saying, absolutely not, we don't really need that. So it's kind of a back and forth thing in that regard. Couple ideas to make it better, couple ideas to make it easier. And that's kind of that. And that's all I was thinking about for, like, drama. Like, it was going to be... Drama and downtime and stuff was going to be... You can train to do things, or you can... I guess we have to put an advancement. No. Actually, we put advancement, like... If we put advancement, like, right here, it should work. You know what? I think that's a good amount of stuff. Like... I guess we can put in, like, a... Like, part of me wants to put in, like, an adventure system, like the adventure subsystem, but generally speaking, this would just be a play the fucking game rules. Like, I've already established to you how to play the fucking game, then play the fucking game. But maybe I need to do that. Maybe I don't. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, we have to write combat, that's secret, but, like, generally speaking, I think this is all we really need. Yeah, this is all we need to do, just everything else. Okay. I'm feeling... I knew this one was going to be a little bit longer, but... Yeah, okay. I think we're going to call it here for today. A little bit shorter than I had planned, but we finished characters up. We finished a lot of other little stuff up. And I think if we organize things like this, it should work pretty reliably. On Friday, we Notepad Must Die. Not even a Notepad Must Die. We just kind of just grind it out. We just do a rise and grind on. We do a rise and grind on Friday. We get through drama. We get as much done as combat as we can. If we're feeling good about combat, here's the thing. If we're feeling good about combat, we can move. We'll start. It'll be Monday. It'll be Monday, Wednesday. It'll be Monday and Wednesday. Will probably be the last 2 days. We're not feeling good about combat. We'll do something on probably Sunday night. We might do something Sunday night or or we might even do a Saturday thing. Saturday is another flex day, so that should work as appropriate. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling about combat. I feel decent about it, not great, but kind of the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm feeling all right. I might muse about it with some people, but I've got a video to record, and I'm going to do that effectively after this. So I'm going to call it here. To give you an idea, we're going to be doing Apocalypse Keys tomorrow. So I hope you all like me talking about PBTA games again, because you can never escape PBTA and me. 2 peas in a pod, as one might say. The endless grind. No psychological horror VNs though, right? Right, everybody? The psychological horror VN we played last night. That was an adventure. And mind you, I've been getting pings from people all day about it, and I find that very funny. Good times, everybody. And then I learned something about my friend when he sent me one of the other another game, being like, "You should play this one instead." I'm like, "That's worrying that you know this." Good times, everybody. All right, Godspeed. Good luck. Let's actually, while we here, we got a few people here. We can. Do we have any anime grills? Do we have any anime grills this hour? You label yourself as an e-girl. What's the point? YouTuber? Where's my tag? Where's my tags? Sus, what does that even mean? Canada? I hate Canadians. English? That's not how that works. What if I just hit? What if I just hit this? I mean, there's gotta be someone on at this late night. Must be someone desperate. That's a woman. That's a flesh woman. I don't like women. I like anime women. That's another flesh woman. What's going on? Why are there flesh women where my anime women should be? You're just a dude. You're not a real person. I want you to get hit by a car. In Minecraft. And real life. Oh, man. What? Why are you here? Why are you here? Oh, man, this is awful. There's flesh women here. I'm a misogynist.